Welcome back to the channel. I'm Gus,
I'm Vic.
and today in the AgaveBreak, we have a very special bottle we want to talk to you about.
Marcado 28. This one is a small batch brand with a very unique kind of story behind it. They're mixing two worlds, and we'll talk a little bit about the founders. But Marcado means marked, right? So it's got that tattoo culture mixed in with the tequila world.
Yeah, and kind of fits your profile, Vic, right? You got some tats, you right?
Not gonna lie, that's what drew me to the bottle. But yeah, it's a very interesting kind of mix.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until you told me, and then I looked into it, and I'm like, hey, let's try it. It's a brand new tequila. It came out, I believe, was 2024, right?
Yeah, it's newer to the market. However, it comes from a well-established tequila factory and tequila family. Goes back 10 generations.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about who's behind the brand. And interesting, the co-founder is Michael Voltaggio. He's a guy well known in the culinary world. He's been in Top Chef. I think he won season 6, if I'm not mistaken. But he wanted to, my understanding is, get a little more authentic tequila. He would travel a lot to Mexico, and he was approached to, help out, get this brand out. And he's actually was really involved, which, it's interesting because we see a lot of these, we could call them celebrity type tequilas, right? There's many out there, and this one would be kind of like under that same umbrella. But he actually wanted to make sure that the quality was there and the taste was what he wanted. And this is interesting. So we're going to kind of taste it ourselves. I've never tried it. Have you ever tried it?
I haven't, and it's really a great thing when someone in the culinary world, right, brings their expertise and partners with someone that's in the tequila world, right, to make sure that they have a product that not only has their name on it but really meets a certain standard.
Okay, Vic, so let's go ahead and talk about where does this product originate from. Let's talk about the NAM. Is it Los Altos? Is it Los Valles? Let's do a little deep dive into this.
Yeah, so this particular spirit comes from NAM 1502, and this tequilera goes back hundred, no, 10 generations at least, right?
Yeah.
10 generations. Well-established company. They put out some really good products in addition to Marcado 28 that are well known.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of those would be Partida Tequila, which I have up here.
Yeah, and this one really comes from Los Valles. One of the things that they market, besides being additive free, is that they only have 3 ingredients in this one.
Yeah, so the Valles, meaning the valley, is different from Los Altos. We talked about that before. Los Altos, you get more of a sweeter, flowery. Now here is more volcanic. And, remember when we were over there, the soil is rich and intense.
Right.
And you get that minerality. So the Valle is going to have that really rich mineral taste to it. A little bit different, less sweeter, less flowery than Los Altos. So I'm really interested in trying this.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to the Repo, which is the one we're going to try today, they also make a Blanco.
Yeah, so for now, my understanding is they only have 2 out, a Blanco and the Repo. Today we have the Repo here. Down the road, we'll get the Blanco and do that as well. So now that we talked about who is the co-founder, who's where it comes from, the distillery, tell me about the art, man. That art is sick. It's nice.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool theme, right? They're kind of keeping the tattoo theme and being authentic, not just to the tequila, but also to the tattoo culture. There's 2 different artists. So the Repo, this is El Sando, a well-known, very established tattoo artist that's currently working out of Austin, Texas. And the Blanco, which we're not sampling today, it's Billy Baca, also a well-established tattoo artist out of the Austin, Texas area.
Cool. And then the other thing you told me about, which was really neat, is that in the back there's actually a QR code, and they're interested in knowing your story. So if you got a nice tattoo and you want to show it to them and give them your explanation as what it means for you, you could do that and you could submit it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If you go on their website, there's a bunch of stories there where people have shared their tattoo connection, because it goes like kind of beyond, right? So it's a spirit, but also with the tattoo culture of of the meaning behind the brand.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about how the tequila is made. And as you rightfully said before, it's a simple way. They just use agaves. The cool thing is they do let it mature, which is an issue nowadays with the tequila agave world, that you'll hear about maturation process and some people doing it shorter time, but they do 7 to 8 years maturation, which is a good average time.
Right. So supposedly it gets a little sweeter too.
The longer
it kind of matures. So.
And then tell us how do they cook it?
So this is, I believe, cooked in an autoclave, right?
Yeah, autoclave, slow cooked. Normally, let's say stone brick ovens take about 3 days. With the autoclave, it's a little bit more efficient. It's cooked quicker in half a day versus the 3 day time process. But I saw their picture of their autoclave. They have layered and they're pretty efficient, and it's a big autoclave. So it looks pretty well rounded and efficient. Their way of cooking things. And then how do they do the distillation?
Distillation is stainless steel, open fermentation, and then there's copper wiring.
Yep. Once they do distill twice, and it's in these stainless kind of vats with the copper wiring inside. Yeah.
And then as far as like aging, they use American oak barrels. So the repo sits in these American oak barrels for 8 months. Lets it kind of sit there. Some of the other ones in 1502 use, I think,
Jack Daniels. Yeah. So that's specifically for like Partida, and especially the Roble Fino version. They use a lot of Jack Daniels. So I'm not sure. These barrels do cost a lot, right. So they probably have a contract with Jack Daniels, but we don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say it in their website. They just say American oak.
We'll go with American oak.
Yep. So let's get to it. We're going to get to the most important part right now. We're going to go ahead and crack this open. You want to do the honors?
Sure.
So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do the pop.
All right.
So let's hear that. There you go. So the cork is
looks like rubber, maybe.
Yeah, it's a synthetic. It's not a natural type cork. It's a synthetic.
And there's that little QR code that we were kind of talking about. I'll let you do the honors of.
So first, we're gonna go ahead and do one small pour, just to get our palates used to it.
This is my first drink of the day, so palate's fairly clean.
So when we look at it, it's a slight amberish color. It's not really, and it's clear in a sense. You don't see anything floating. Right. And then
not too oily.
Not too oily. You still see the tears.
Some tears there.
For us, lágrimas.
Lágrimas for us.
Yeah.
For single guys, we always say.
So this is how it looks. Pretty good. Yeah. And then when you do that, you can kind of see a little bit of the tears what we're talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first try. Kind of get that. I like it.
Yeah. Definitely kind of that first sip, very smooth.
Yeah.
I get that peppery note. Definitely taste the oak.
Yeah, but you do get that peppery note at the beginning. We're gonna do a few more tries. Usually the second, once your palate gets used to that first, this is why whenever you go try a tequila or a mezcal, etc., you don't want to go in and full blown, right? Because you're gonna miss the whole point of it, exploring the flavors, the smells, the aroma, etc. You want to get your palate used to that alcohol. This is the first sip of the day, so it's going to be a little intense. But after that, it should, your mouth gets used to all the alcohol. It's 40 ABV, correct? Yeah.
I believe this one's 40 ABV. Yep. I definitely smell that almost like that minerality, that fresh rain almost.
So do they use well water, fresh rain, or
I believe they use volcanic water,
okay?
right? So that's one of the three ingredients that they kind of boast about, that they just kind of keep it: agave, that volcanic water, and yeast.
But yeah, I mean, it's not. There's some that the smell kind of hits you.
Mm-hmm.
You do get that minerality, earthiness.
Mm-hmm. Significantly different than stuff that comes from Los Altos. Where I find this one to be a little bit more of like that oak, that mineral taste, that fresh rainwater.
Yep.
A little bit more of that caramel and oak kind of come out more.
Definitely, you're right. That oak caramel note, not so much butterscotch,
No.
but you do get that from the Repo. So I think this is a good sipper. Also, I think this is good pairing it with, if you want to pair it with chocolate, or you want to do sal de gusano con naranja, you can. It's usually more with mezcal,
Right.
but you can still do it with this. You never want to do the sal de gusano and naranja with, like, let's say, a tequila that's too sweet,
more
like
aged, right?
yeah, more aged, or I would say like a Clase Azul. That no,
Right.
you want. I think this is great.
Or even with like a good un taquito,
Taquito, yeah, no,
birria or something,
exactly, no,
would
está
pair
muy
real
bueno.
well.
So overall, what are your takes?
Yeah, I think this is a really good one. Definitely surprised by it. I'd never heard of it before. If I had to rate it on a 1 to 5, I'd say 3.5.
I actually like it. I really like it a lot. The taste, it's not overpowering. You don't feel it burning you. You can enjoy it. It's a good sipper to go ahead and talk all night with it. You're not going to get overwhelmed by it, I guess.
Right.
There's a lot of tequilas that, get to a point that you don't want to keep drinking
Yeah,
anymore.
they're overpowering.
It's overpowering. It maybe just for a stogie and that's it. But this one's a good sipper. I like it. You could have, you could even mix it, I think.
Sure.
I think it's good.
This one would be one that I would
Definitely try. Yeah, trying a margarita. Yeah, I think it's good. So I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 4. I know. So far, I've been giving some good ratings. We've been doing some good tequilas, but this is not bad. So if you're out and about and you happen to see this, I would say give it a try. It's not bad. Now, final thing is pricing. What did you pay for this?
So this was actually fairly economical. I think it was close to like the $55 mark. And this was available at like the local liquor store, so I didn't have to kind of go out and find it. So $50 is probably, I think, a moderate to like more expensive price, and I think it kind of matches the price.
Yep, I've seen it in ABC Liquor.
Okay.
Yeah, but so from our point, we give it a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
4, 3.5 rating. I like it. Definitely something you should consider in your next party, when you're out, if you're with friends, or as a gift. I think this is
a good
excellent idea for a gift. You want to give it to a guy who likes tequila. The bottle is really nice, really beautiful. And the flavors, you won't be disappointed.
And it's small batch, right? So I doubt like a lot of people have heard of it or have seen it. And again, I think just from that angle and the taste, it's a really great taste. And
I agree. And this is bottle number 702. We don't know how many total bottles there are for the Repo or the Blanco yet, but that bottle is 702.
Yep.
Well, guys, thank you for joining. If there's anything you want us to look up or try next, please hit us down in the comments. Hit like and subscribe.
Till next time.